Digits on the beat.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another show on my Too Good to Be True podcast. This is WrestleMania 42 Night 2 recap. So, I previously recorded the WrestleMania Night 1 of WrestleMania, and I felt that it was probably the worst WrestleMania Night 1 I ever seen in my life. And if you haven't seen it, I already uploaded on my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True podcast. You can listen to it. If you haven't listened to it also yet, I will put it on my Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. If you haven't heard it yet, so on my Dollar WrestleMania 42 Night 1. Like I said, WrestleMania 42 Night 1 was terrible. And I think we are a lot of fans agree that night one was the worst because it was pretty confusing. But night two, I would say this: WrestleMania night two, they redeemed themselves, and they redeemed themselves. And I gotta admit that I enjoyed night two over night one because they had matches that I loved, and I did have some issue with one match, but we will get to it after this. But please uh, subscribe, like, notify, and leave your comment on my podcast. We need more people to subscribe on my podcast and on my YouTube channel. You can listen to this podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcast. So let's get right to it right now. So, like I said in the beginning, night two is by far the best over night one. They have rebounded, especially with the main event, which I loved. I loved the main event. But overall, if you want to give me a grade, if you want me to give a grade of this WrestleMania overall, I will give it a C. It's between C plus and C overall because of night one. Um, I, it could have go even higher if 9-1 was better. I could have given it a B plus or A minus, but because of 9-1, I gave it a C, between C plus and C. I'm gonna admit that. And overall, but night two it delivered. So let's start with the match that everybody were anticipated. Uh, Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar. That was a great match, and that was a short match. But I expected that it be a short match because they're two big guy, and I don't want to see them go over 10 minutes, 10 minutes. But like I did with my previous with night one, I'm not going to give you all the detail, but we're just going to give the thought. Uh, Great job for Brock Lesnar. Put him over Oba Femi. Oba Femi won against Brock Lesnar. I think it was very important. It was very important for um, Oba Femi because you gotta push the young guy, and I said this. You gotta push the younger the new star who will be the future of the company. Um, and that's what Brock Lesnar did. He put over Oba Femi because to give them credibility because he's the future. Brock is pretty much the past. Now, after the match, we saw Brock Lesnar removing his glove, taking off his boot. hugging Paul Heyman. Now, we don't know if Brock Lesnar is retiring because there's been rumor that Brock Lesnar is not retiring. Brock Lesnar is retiring. I thought he's gonna retire in Minnesota or SummerSlam. Some like that. There's been rumors about that. I don't really follow rumors, to be honest with you. I do not follow rumors, so I try to keep my distance from this. But also, it wasn't planned. It wasn't planned because if it was planned, they would have put it in the last match. But I'm glad they didn't because I don't want to see another situation with what happened at WrestleMania 33. If you remember WrestleMania 33, the main event, Roman Reigns with the Undertaker, which it sucked. By the way, that main event, that match sucked because I did not because that match should not be positioned last. That was a mistake. So after that, after that, um, after that, I don't know if Lesnar's gonna retire. I don't know. I don't know because I still wonder because that Paul owes Gunther a favor. I don't know if he's gonna if that favor is to face Brock Lesnar. Oh, we don't know. We don't know yet. We don't know. So that's going to be a question for we'll see Monday Night Raw. And also they were in ESPN. So if you had the ESPN app and and you had ESPN, you watched it. But before that Oba Femi and Lesnar match, and I just recapped it. John Cena came hosted WrestleMania 42, just like he did a night one. He did it a night two, and when he said that WWE is live on ESPN, the fan booed. They didn't boo John Cena. They booed ESPN because of that. So I gotta say about that. Moving on for the next match, we had the ladder match. Rusev versus Penta versus Rey Mysterio versus Jade McDonagh versus Javon Evan versus Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee, I believe it was Dragon Lee. Yeah, Dragon Lee. If I missed somebody, just leave the comment on my video. I thought it needed to be a ladder match is a ladder match. Now, do you think that was better than the previous ladder match that we have a few years, a couple of decades ago? No, no, no. It was a good ladder match, and I'm glad Penta retains the title because why he need to lose this early? Why did he need to lose early? The Intercontinental champion. And think about that. Think about that. If he had lost the Intercontinental champion, that would be a disservice on Penta because he just got the title. He hasn't have a month of reign with that title. So I'm glad WWE made the right decision that he should keep. And Javon Evan, he's gonna get a title, and I see a lot of people say, why not get the title to Javon Evan? Dude, he's 21 years old. He got a future uh, uh, ahead of him. So I don't want to rush Javon Evan to get Intercontinental Championship. I'm glad they made the right decision to that Penta retain the title. Um, the next match, it is for the U.S. Championship. Trick William versus Sami Zayn, and I gotta say, uh, Sami Zayn got booed, but I don't think it's not his fault. and I felt bad for Sami Zayn because it's not his fault. It's they're booing behind the person, the company. It's not his fault because if you know Carmelo Hayes should have that spot at WrestleMania, but he didn't. They didn't. They said, no, let's put Sami Zayn and put him in the U.S. title on Sami Zayn. And you reap what you saw, and he got booed. Trick William, he got super cheered. He got cheered, and you see the popularity of Trick William is gonna rise up. And I thought the match was solid. It was a good match, even though it was a little bit. I think it was pretty short. I don't know how much minute, but it was short. But congrats on Trick William on winning the U.S. title, and I'm glad that he won. Now, what's gonna happen to Sami Zayn? We don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen. Do I think he could turn heel? Probably. I think I can see it. I can see it that he can um, turn heel. But congratulations to Trick William. I think he's probably gonna also lead for the U.S. title, in my opinion. Carmelo Hayes versus Trick William. Because they both have history in the company. They're trying to forget. They're trying to erase that, but no. I think they should talk about the the rivalry between Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. So if in the near future they're feuding each other. Next match, the street fight between Dominik Mysterio and Demon Finn Balor. It's been a long time that we didn't see Demon Finn Balor in WrestleMania. The last time he had Finn Balor. It was WrestleMania 39. He lost to Edge. I thought it was a mistake. I think Demon Finn Balor should have won. Should have won, but I digress. I thought it was a pretty good match. I thought it was a pretty good match, and the street fight. I thought it needed to add something. It needed to add something because this it was built for like what 2 years, 2 years in the making, 2 or 3 years in the making. So I'm glad they had the feud, they had the street fight, and guess what? No Judgment Day interfered. I don't know why, but I'm glad they didn't. So I thought Dominic Mysterio held his own to be not a single, but had a match without the interference of the Judgment Day. But I thought it was a good match. Demon Finn Balor won finally won a match. So I don't know what's next for Finn Balor. Maybe take a hiatus. Probably take a hiatus is the better of it. Moving on for the next match, the women's title championship between Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. I thought that was the best Jade Cargill match I ever seen in my life. Um, it was a back and forth back and forth match. You saw the interference of Mitchin and BFAB, and on suddenly Io Sky came rescue mommy from BFAB and Mitchin, and there was a moment, and I thought that was a cool spot when 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 Io Sky was up in the ring. Jay Cargill wanted to boot her, but instead to booting her, Io Sky did a moonsault, which was pretty cool. Which was pretty cool, and Rhea tried to do the reptile. She couldn't boot. Trying to do the big boot on Rhea Ripley. Then Rhea Ripley countered it, Jaded, and did the riptide. And Rhea Ripley, she is the new women's champion. And me personally, I disagree with it because this is me. And I understand what people say. Oh, Rhea Ripley deserves the to win this, but also you can make a case for Jade Cargill to retain it because yes, I can understand that because her reign is not that good. Not her fault, but it is the company's fault. Um, I thought she should have retained the title because to me, Rhea Ripley, me personally, Rhea Ripley, she's a made woman. I thought that Jade Cargill winning it elevate her to that next stratosphere of superstar. And I think Jade Cargill, she's a superstar. And I think she's in a level. She's in a level because she proved it in the ring. Um, she proved it in the ring that she can have a good match. And I thought that was a good match and great match for Jade Cargill that she proved her haters wrong. That girl can wrestle back and forth. I mean, Jade held his own. I'm gonna admit that. I give credit what credit is due. Jade held his own, but I disagree with this finishing. Jade should have retained uh the title. But moving on to the before we go to the main event, we had a segment between John Cena, uh, the Miz, Kid Wilson, and Danhausen, and I thought it was pretty pretty interesting for a segment, and we saw with those Danhausen midget attacking Kid Wilson by kicking in the dick, and they did and Danhausen did the same thing, kicking beat I don't think kicking in the dick, but punch him in the dick and asked all these midget to carry the Miz up in the stage. Then at the end, uh, I don't know. I think that was funny. Then how to try to when the explosion happened to make like a disappear. So that's what they did, but it didn't work, and he went under the ring. I thought it was a pretty good comedy segment. So it is what it is. Moving on from the segment, now let's talk about the main event. The main event between Roman Reigns and CM Punk. I thought the Roman Reigns entrance with the family was pretty good, and with the instrument and the woman singing. But my favorite was the CM Punk entrance. So he used the song. I forgot the name of the song. He used that song from when he debuted at the Ring of Honor, when he wrestled at the Ring of Honor, and then we see the picture of his evolution from working when he was I think a kid, a teenager, I don't know, adult, young adult, to make to the comeback in WWE. It was pretty much a retrospective of his career, and then we see him walking to the stage, and when he's up on the stage, he does this banging on with his fist onto the ground, saying it's clobbering time, bringing his counter personality, and and the greatest thing about it is that CM Punk had that white jacket, had the tribute. I had all the names. For example, the one name I forgot in the front, but he was a good friend of CM Punk who was in a rock band. The other three on the I believe it was his left arm. Left arm. The other name of the cameraman and producer who passed away. He had Larry the Dog also. Puerto Rico flag because AJ Lee is Puerto Rican, and behind the back have a logo of Harley Race, his mentor. I thought it was a great tribute. That was smart. The match was pretty good, excellent. The match was excellent from the beginning to the end. And you know what? We did not have any interference. It was two man, two man fighting. No interference, no bloodline, no anything. It was great. And also they were playing each other. You see Roman Reigns teasing CM Punk teasing Roman Reigns during the match. I thought it was pretty good. For the last minute, um, after after that, we see CM Punk try to go make a GTS, try to make his third GTS, but I think he fell out. He was out of gas. Roman Reigns took the advantage, spear, and 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns is your new world heavyweight champion. He is the new world heavyweight champion. And I had a mixed feeling with it because if if Roman Reigns, I said this, the match was excellent. Roman Reigns winning it, I don't know if he's going to be full time. I don't know if he's going to be full time or he's going to be part time. If he is full time, he needs to stay on Raw because he could really had a feud with other people in the roster. So that's pretty cool. For CM Punk, I think he could get a night off because he deserves it. And also think about it, people. CM Punk, if the rumor is true, it would have been Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, CM Punk versus Braun Breaker, if it is true. But also that CM Punk shouldn't have the World Heavyweight Champion. The only reason why he had that is because it's Seth Rollins injuries. So so um so CM Punk got a pretty good run. Now he can take a break and let's see what Roman Reigns is gonna do. But that's all I gotta say about WrestleMania Night 2. Like I said, it was a rebounding night WrestleMania, probably the best over 91. But overall, I said it was a mid WrestleMania, and it will not go down as the best WrestleMania, in my opinion. and I give it a C plus, or between C and C plus. So thank you very much for listening to this podcast, this WrestleMania 42 recap. If you want to follow me on social media, follow me on X, formerly Twitter, Belly versus PMM, and my new account on my X, formerly Twitter, is Pascal Maya 613. Instagram Pascal underscore Mayala underscore 15. Same thing with Thread. Follow me on Facebook. It will be all in the description. Um, and uh, and you can listen to this podcast on YouTube, my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True podcast. Like I said, like, subscribe, notify, and leave your comment on my video. Listen to this podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. That being said, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.